Hi, my name's Ferrier. I live in Narrabeen. I've got a partner with 2 children, 12 and 19. Lived in Narrabeen for probably about 10 years, lived in Sydney for about 20, originally from Queensland. I had a motorcycle accident in April of 2015. It's just a regular Saturday morning. I'd gone and watched my son play rugby league down at Harbord. Was turning right into Ocean Street off Pittwater Road and collided with a 4-wheel drive. I sustained catastrophic injuries. I woke up in the ICU with a spinal cord injury, internal bleeding and things like that. I was informed by the doctor that I'd never walk again. Like, this is it, like my life's pretty much over, and it's an extremely daunting thing to hear. Had to spend the next 6 months in hospital. I spent 4.5 months in Royal North Shore, just learning to do the most basic things, going to the bathroom, eating, dressing, getting in and out of bed. I do remember laying in hospital, either I can just fall in a heap and let this overcome me, or, you know, get up and get on with it. And reminds me of the perfect saying in Shawshank Redemption, get busy living or get busy dying. And I chose to, it's making me... Yeah.
You chose the right decision.
Yeah, chose to get on with it, basically. Very fortunate that I had such a good supporting network of friends and family, in particular my partner Rosina. You know, has been a massive support throughout, hasn't even blinked an eyelid. Like, I actually said to her, you know, if this is too much for you, I wouldn't think any less if you didn't stick around, but she just sort of, oh God. Yeah, basically just called me an idiot and said, you know, she's not going anywhere. So really, yeah, would be lost without her support, and that, again, of my family and having a young son as well. He didn't look at me any different. He, you know, I'm still his dad. He just was more than happy just to have me, regardless, you know, of in a chair or not. So yeah, that was a very tough time, but it was almost like once I'd made that decision, I just got on with it. Like, I just tried to seek out anything that I actually could do, instead of looking at the things that I couldn't do, was trying to, yeah, find out what I could do, and just started getting stuck into rehab and exploring, you know, of things out there that I was able to do. It's been 8 years now since my accident, and like I said, once I made the decision to get on with life and have a good go at it, I've always loved sport. I've you know, loved my surfing, loved motorcycle riding, loved fishing, snorkeling, all those sorts of water sports, and on land. And once I discovered that you know, these were still options that I could do, obviously in a different manner, but still be able to do them, it really lifted my spirit, and I just kept trying to pursue them. Just after I'd left rehab, I actually was taken to Bondi Beach for a what do they call it? A beach access day, and I was actually driven to Bondi with the then Men of League in their bus, and went surfing for the first time since my accident at Bondi Beach, and that experience was just unbelievable. Just to be able to go back in the ocean and get on a wave, albeit laying down, and go across, was just life-changing for me at that time. I was sort of like, definitely, you know, this is great, I'm going to be okay, I can do this. Because again, when you have this injury, there's no way that you think you could go back in the ocean. Like, I didn't even know if I'd be able to swim. Like, I thought that I'd probably go in the water and sink like a rock, but fortunately I was able to learn a new way to keep my head above water and be able to swim and to be able to go surfing again. And since then I've actually competed in Australian titles, and then won that, and then had the opportunity to represent Australia in America in December of 2022. There was 189 athletes from 28 countries. There was 22 surfers in my division. And the first time this is for me ever competing at such a high level, or even competing with surfing at all, really. Again, the first time I'd ever competed was in the Australian titles. That was in August of 22. I always surfed just before for fun and you know, as a release sort of thing. I'd never competed, but to be able to go and do that was just such an amazing experience. I ended up coming 5th in the world out of 22 surfers, so I was quite pleased with that. I was you know, not expecting to do that well at all. I just wanted to go there and take in the whole experience and try to just get a feel for it, and you know, yeah, I actually progressed quite highly and yeah, nearly made the final, one position off that. So yeah, that was an amazing thing to do. Again, like, you know, I was an avid snowboarder sort of before that. I've been to Japan, New Zealand, you know, Australia quite a number of times as well. And just after, again, I got out of hospital, I discovered, oh, you can go, you know, do sit skiing, it's called, where you essentially sit in a seat with a suspension on a single ski and go flying down the mountain. And I got the opportunity to do that. I think it was in 2016. Went and did a week down in Thredbo, and then in turn, I think it was the following year, 2018, we went to New Zealand and did a week trip over there as well. The sky's the limit, as they say. Again, got the Australian titles coming up in August again this year, and look to go and compete in that and hopefully do well, and possibly, yeah, head back to America again and just go that bit further. I'd love to at least make the finals, and you know, ultimately it'd be even better just to win it. My now eldest son, he's, as I said earlier, actually he's 20. But anyway, he yeah, played for the Narrabeen Sharks. He was in the under-12s at the time, and loved my rugby league, loved going and watching him play. And the president at the time of the Narrabeen Sharks, when I had my accident, reached out to the family of league, and when I was in hospital, a couple of the guys, it was Fred Norm and Ken Vesey, turned up to my bedside and just started having a chat with me. And initially I was like, oh, what do these blokes want, sort of thing, you know. I was like, oh, here we go. And no, they just started talking to me, explaining to me, you know, what the family of league do and what they're about. They could be there for lend financial support, provide for my family, which is you know, a major thing, you know, almost like a weight lifted sort of thing, to know that you've got support out there. And yeah, I definitely encourage people to become a member of Family of League. It's only $25. You know, it's not only the financial support, but it's also the moral support that, you know, Family of League provide. And it's a small amount of money really to put forward when, you know, the help is so great. And as sad as it is to say, you know, this could happen to anyone. Donate it or become a member. It's only $25. Get into it.